Good evening, buonasera. I hope this microphone and sound will be okay for now. If somebody is watching, let me know. Regards from Cyprus anyway. And I'll wait until the connection will be established, as always. So for everyone who is watching first time, my name is Lubka and I'm doing this live video from Cyprus. I live in Cyprus, I'm Slovakian originally, and my background is a physiotherapist, but I have knowledge and experiences more than almost 30 years, which I combined with the different courses and trainings that I've done over the years. And like you say, the life is the best teacher. So combination of the medical knowledge, life experiences, hard time, courses, and all together brought me to this position or this status where I am able to help the others and guide them to the journey of the healing, because the healing is not happening overnight, and healing is the process on multiple layers or our existence of our being. I'm sure many of you are familiar with the multi-layers theory of our existence, that we are not just this physical body, the surface, but we are the soul, we are bundle of emotions, and we are like multi-layers entity. Yes, that's the better word, entity. Yes. Just let me know if the microphone works or if the sound is okay. Hopefully everything works fine. So why I chose the topic of multi-dimensional healing, or why the healing is the process of multiple dimensions. If we speak from the universal point of view, how the whole universe is consists of, or basically it works in the principle of two opposite forces. Two opposite forces are represented as a yin and yang, dark and light, night and day, cold and hot, male and female, fire, water, for example. So it's always two antagonistic principles or forces. So when we imagine that these two antagonistic forces, which are expressing or express themselves in the matter, physical matter, that creates the image or illusion of pulsation. It's like inhale, exhale, all this yang, yin, fire, water, expansive, impulsive, or collapsing principle. So on the essence, in fact, this is the very, very, very basic uh, principles how our being, even this physical body, exists. Because our heart is also pulsing. It contracts and pumps blood to all over the body. Lungs as well. We inhale, we absorb the oxygen, the air from outside, and we exhale carbon dioxide. And the exchanges of gases happen in the alveoles of lungs inside. So that's the inner breathing. But if we observe how physical body works, we also notice that our body go with the flow of these two principles, these opposite forces or two opposite principles. We are active during the day and passive or sleeping during the night. Or there are phases of absorption that body absorbs the food, for example, and then the rest should be released. Another interesting number, so we have number, basically the universe is one, like the God says that we are one, we all are one, which is expressed in the two opposite forces, principles pulsing non-stop. It's like infinite movement. Say hi, Paride. Another interesting number is 3, because we have 3 layers of our being, which is this physical body, emotional body or emotional level, and then mental or spiritual level. And if we imagine, these 3 are not like 3 layers of the paper on each other. They are infiltrating within, one within the other. So if you, let's say, slice the finger, you will not see a layer of emotion there and a layer of mental or spirit there. Everything exists within each other. So one within each other. Quality-wise or density-wise, this physical body is the thickest or more dense type of particles that these bodies consist from. So if you imagine, for example, big beans, fazola, whatever language you speak, then let's say the emotional layer could be smaller lentils, for example, lentils. And the spirit, which is like more subtle and more thinner type of particles, could be, let's say, sesame. And if you mix all these 3 qualities together, this is the mass, this is the material that this visible universe looks like. So I know it's hard to imagine with the normal human brain, because it's so, for some people, hard to imagine or hard to comprehend such a image, but who is very visual. Even if you imagine fractal is the pattern where each part of the fractal consists all the part of the fractal. If you Google, I'm sure you will find beautiful examples and samples of fractals, and which is amazing, because just one example of, let's say, fractal of this human body is are the reflex zones on our human body. Let's say from Chinese medicine or Chinese theory of reflexology, we can say that palm, the hand, or the foot represents, or we can see the whole human in the small display of the hand or foot. Like, for example, there is technique called sujok, where you, let's say, you have the hand like this, and the reflexive zones are like head, and these are like hands and feet together. You imagine one tiny human body here, and the organs are related to certain points of the human body, like on the hand, and the same is on the feet. So this is just simple example of fractal display of the body. So how through the point on the hands or on the feet we can influence the other organs or the parts of this big body. So talking about three qualities or three layers, when one consists or one includes the other, means that now the question is, this body is on the surface and the emotion and the thoughts and the spirit is inside, or the spirit and emotion are outside and then they are somehow creating this body. So what is outside and what is inside? This is very relative, because if you are familiar with the teaching of Hermes Trismegistos, the ancient philosopher and magus, he said, what is above, it's below. What is below, it's above. And that is exactly the symbol of David's star, where is the one triangle and the other triangle, which represents the same. What is above, it's below. What is below, it's above. What it means in this practical implementation, for example. If we go deeper and deeper in this material level, up to the cellular level, you break the cell. You can, let's say, imagine watching through a microscope. We can see the cells, we can dissect the cells, we see the particles, we see the atoms, we can slice the atoms up to electrons, protons, nucleons, and see that each electron, proton, or neutron consists from the quarks, or even more tinier and smaller particles, which when we cut, they are even tinier. So if we go deeper and deeper, it's like new universe opens within one particle, going in within. And the same when we look at the sky, our Earth is just tiny particle of solar system, of the huge galaxy, of the galactic system, or I don't know what are the other huge space formation of stars or whatever. So it's one huge organism up there, which is looking like what is the thing or what is the universe within. So what is in, that is out. What is out, it's in. And at some point it looks like that we, this human body, is somehow in the middle. So we are in the center of one huge universe space out, and another universe deep in. If you know this, there is one I cannot remember now the name, one special shape which looks like donut, if you know this round thing, and it represents the radiation of electromagnetic field of our heart, because our heart, it's like the producing the electromagnetic field, and it looks like it's like basically like the shape of the donut around the whole body, and the center is the heart. So talking about dimension, these are two opposite principles, 3 layers, and we can have 4 elements. From physical point of view, as a physics, we can describe from basic fire and water element, for example, 2 opposite, but those 2 create third, which is fire and water. In between is pulsation, which represents the air, and it's stabilized by the earth. How it looks in our physical body. Imagine that fire element represents the creative principle, is everything expansive and the creating, like brain produces electric or electromagnetic waves. It's the creation of the thoughts. Fire in the belly we absorb. The belly and intestine absorb the food, so that is more represented by water element. We feel, that's the feeling, intuition. When somebody says, like, you feel it in your gut, you feel it in your belly, you feel the butterfly, so that's the feeling which is connected with the brain. That's why they said the intestines are the second brain. And in between, in the chest area, which organs we have? Which are the organs? It's the heart, which is pulsing, pumping, and the lungs again, which take the air and exhale, inhale and exhale. So these are the pulsing element in this part. When is the conflict between fire and water element, this part usually suffers. Either we feel the heaviness on the chest, it's like you cannot take a breath, or it's difficult to inhale, so it's like something squeezing or something laying on the chest. Or when it's too much fire, it's too much fire from the head part, that again creates inflammation. And our pelvic part and legs are the stabilizing element, earth, that we are grounding, standing in this material reality, and putting all the shape or expression of the physical body into one you said, like, you need to stand with the feet, how is the expression? You stand in both feet on the ground when you are grounded. When person is not grounded or not stabilized enough, they may have various symptoms which we can translate, or let's say describe through the excess of the element. For example, if you have any question, or if it's something unclear, write down or give me feedback if it's something unclear. I want to discuss with you, or have some feedback from you, so feel free to send me message anytime. If it's, I hope I speak clearly, so I just want to be sure that you understand and everything is clear from my side. Any question? Nothing yet? Okay. So, talking about 4 elements in the physical body. Let's say stomach ulcer, stomach problems, for example. Stomach, for example, is the organ which is supposed to absorb or pre-digest food which comes through the mouth, going through esophagus, passing the stomach. Stomach contains the acids, gastric acid, which is supposed to dilute and dissolve certain type of, or like pre-digest the food, and then it process the process. When the stomach has too much fire, from which when it's not balanced, stomach produces more acid than it's necessary or when it's needed, and then people or person may suffer from either reflux or high acidity from who knows what reason. If we think about it a little bit undercover, or layer after layer, what could possibly create bigger fire in the stomach? When we blow to the fireplace, what happens with the fire from the nature, from normal observation of the physical reality? Fire needs air. You know, if we have the fireplace, if we want to enhance the fire, we blow, we give some little bit air in order to catch the fire and increase the flame, make it nicely. So when stomach, for example, has or get more air, which increases the fire, it increases the acidity and more excess of the fire, excess of acidity, which can be expressed as in physical level. And what is the air in physical meaning? When we are in chest, we inhale, exhale. This is the process of our even thoughts, because during the living process is a pulsation, as I said. Thoughts are like pulsing waves. So when it's sorry, you see, I still have phlegm, which is like excess of water and damp. So, talking about air, so if we overthink, we increase the fire in our body, and then it can create headache, which is like overpressure of thinking, or too much thinking in the area of emotions, where we are supposed to think and feel. There is more air as it's supposed to be. So what we have in the belly? More air, more gases. Simply as that. Why some people have perfectly fine digestion, they eat food, they process, they eliminate, and everything is fine. why some people have stomach pain or digestive problems. Some people have more tendency to constipation, which is like holding and not relieving, difficult to relieve, let go. And some people have irritable IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, for example, which is like a reaction of intestine to certain foods, maybe, when people or that person cannot process properly, and it irritates the bowel, so it tends to release very quickly. Everyone is individual, everyone is unique, and everyone has a unique way of thinking, experiencing, and feeling, and therefore the whole physical functioning and symptoms are unique. I see every client or every person unique. There could be two people with same illness or same diagnosis, but these people are so different, could be so different. Like years ago when I went through Reiki course, and the Reiki master told us that every illness is possible to heal, but not every person. And when we think, or any practitioner, healer, guide, coach, whoever, that's amazing mission for all of us to facilitate healing, but we must know what to heal and who to heal. And it's not on us to heal or facilitate or guide or help them. We just offer something, our knowledge, service, attention, experiences, in the shape of healing, what the other person accepts and receives as a healing. But what is the healing actually? This is such a big topic, such a big question, because there are pages, Facebook groups of healers, light workers, guides, which is amazing. I mean, the world is awakening, and that's great. Evidently, people need it, and people are really in deep shit. Sorry for word. And even my life experiences or my life professional practice, people are seriously ill, seriously troubled from various reasons. It could be damage on the physical level, environmental toxicity, wrong diet, non-active lifestyle or sedentary lifestyles, stressful lifestyle, bad sleep habits or drinking habits, or any abuse of the substances. So the factors which influence the physical body on the physical levels are amazingly huge. If physical body doesn't get chance to heal itself, how can we heal? Like there is a saying of Hippocrates, I think. It's like first step to heal is to eliminate the reason what caused the condition. So if a person or somebody has really condition which is caused by wrong diet or wrong food, question is, are they willing to remove that wrong food out of the diet? Are they willing to stop using different substances or smoke or, I don't know, drinking, whatever, are they willing to change the lifestyle habits, sleeping, exercising? Because if they can't, no matter what we as a practitioners and healers do, lost job, lost effort from beginning. So we should always try or ask the person, are you willing to give up that thing that caused your condition? Then, environment. How is the environment where people live? They can have perfect food, perfect diet, perfect sleep, but shitty relationship, for example. When relationships are not harmonious or not healthy, or people live in toxic relationship, abusing relationship, stressful working environment, constant stress, or from different reason, again, no matter what how super healthy physical body is, if the more subtle level, which is the emotional layer, the healing process is even more difficult or more challenging. We know that stress is a huge factor. Is a huge factor. Stress of any level causes complete messing up with the nervous system. When the brain gets the signal that we are in fight or flight mode, it triggers such a chemical chain of reaction that body is really messed up, and physiology and functioning and hormonal system, digestion, everything is messed up when the brain is constantly getting signal that we are in the danger and we are fight or flight. And if this stress constantly, or it's like non-stop, body gets used to it, and it's considered as a normal. And then there is the factor that the factor is that our brain gets used on this kind of chemical cocktail which is produced by the brain, and it's hard to wean off or like detox from these chemicals which are caused by stress, because brain chemistry and neuroscience is something amazing. It's like another universe for me, really. If you dig to neuroscience and the brain, which neurotransmitters and what affects what, and how dopamine works, how serotonin, oxytocin, and all these brain chemicals, this is like fascinating. Unfortunately, people nowadays live on dopamine dependency. We are junkies of dopamine. We need a drive. We need to feel that action, something. And unfortunately, we live on it. We can see it scrolling the phone, curious to do this, curious to do that. We need a drive, because our brain centers are so wired and so connected that we basically build connections and pathways which makes us like dopamine junkies. And there are techniques and there are ways how it's not easy but possible to reduce the impact of the stress on the physical level. One affects the other. I mentioned the stress from the emotional way, which is emotions are consequence or the reaction on certain way of thinking. So if you picture it, that the thought or mental pattern is first. It's like the triggering impulse which cause certain emotional response, and that emotional response causes chemistry in the brain which cause our behavior, and chemistry and physiologic response in our body. That is scientifically proven that happy thoughts create happy emotions, and happy emotion create happy chemistry and functioning in the body. Whereas sad or angry thoughts create angry neurotransmitters, emotions, and all consequently affects the whole body. But do you think that the brain recognizes whether the happy or angry thoughts are now or in the past or in the future? If this existing, we live in this reality. Like if we say now, let's say we are aware of this physical body now, you, whoever is watching, Zain, Paride, you sit at your place, home or wherever you are aware of your physical body, as I am. I sit here in this chair, stool, I'm talking, I have self-reflection, I have my chain of thinking, I feel content, and I am aware of myself now. But this is the let's say status zero, because without past or future. If I imagine myself or picture myself in perfectly healthy body, happy, healthy, abundant, with this and this, anything that I can picture, and I feel it, and I see it, and I can feel that feeling, how I imagine it. Do you think the brain recognize what is picture, what is the fiction, and what is reality? No. And this is the beautiful thing of the power of mind and principle of manifestation, because brain is just the reflective material of our mind. When whatever we can picture and we can imagine, we are. And that's the beauty, I repeat again, that's the beauty of power of mind. So let's try this exercise or some kind of short mental trip. Can we do that? Give me thumb up or something if you react, if you still watch, or whoever will be watching later. Let's say just close your eyes, try to find some comfortable position, and relax breathing, and feel your body relaxed. If you have any painful area or in the body or whatever troubles you, just acknowledge it, which is fine, which is okay. Nobody's perfect. But now, just take a time, completely relax your body, and imagine that you are like floating in the ocean of glittering, shining light. It is infinite field of infinite possibilities. You are like weightless state in the field of infinite possibilities, beautiful, glittering, shining, golden light. And from this infinite field, you pick your ideal version of you. It could be perfectly functioning and healthy body, beautiful, healthy, flexible, functioning in each level. With harmonious and balanced emotions, with that feeling in your heart of gratitude, happiness, content. When you absorb to each cell of your body this shining, glittering, healing light, you fill it up to each part of your body and let it heal, let it shine through each cell. Each cell, each part, organ of the body is filled with this glittering, shining, healing light. Until you radiate, shine. And you feel light, balanced, happy, this kind of light feeling. And you can manifest and create anything that you wish. You have power to attract anything that you wish. From physical level, perfectly healthy functioning body, beautiful healthy relationships, family, friends, working environment, colleagues, clients, abundant flow of currency, money, because currency is the current. It comes and goes. And it comes in any amount as you imagine. Effortlessly, lightly, easily. So whatever you imagine, whatever you manifest, it comes beautifully, effortlessly, easily. In any level, any shape, any form. To make the life fulfilled, happy, balanced on each level. And when you feel this enlightening, light, shine feeling all over the body, just confirm it and close 3 fingers together. It's like confirmation and stamp of this status, that you seal all 3 levels: physical body, emotional balance, mental balance in the flow. Allow your energy body to absorb this feeling. And remember, gratitude opens infinite opportunities. Gratitude opens anything you wish to your life. So it is. And we can slowly get back to this physical body. And you can open eyes. And we are here now. These 3 fingers just came to me very intuitively, because I remember this technique from Silva method, and it's actually also a representation of fire, water, and the third element, which seals and bring to the balance these 2. If you notice some speakers, famous speakers, when they speak on the stage, they use these 3 fingers methods to, like, in order to get content with their thought flow and to be present within. So even if you hold both hands, 3 fingers together, actually that's the mudras, the from some of these mudra technique or meditation position of hands, that brings our brainwave to alpha state to get more connected within. So it's like calming effect, so we can calm better, concentrate better on any thoughts, whatever we imagine, which also can help with the healing process, because healing process starts from calming the storm of our thoughts. Like me personally, I have the picture of tornado or hurricane. When you sit in the eye of the hurricane, that's the point 0, ultimate quiet point. No matter what chaos is around or what is the storm around, when you manage to concentrate and to calm to 0 point, that's very important for the beginning of the healing journey. Bring the calmness from the thoughts to emotional, to heart, and then body and physical body can heal itself. That's the magic of the healing, to bring mind to 0 point. So that was my message, or that's my understanding of multi-dimensional healing, because if we want to heal only physical body, we need to consider emotional level and mental level. But healing starts from mental level, and it creates the snowball or chain reaction until the physical body heals, until we give a chance to body to heal, because physical body has amazing ability to heal if we allow it, if we dismiss any disturbance and any annoying thoughts and any bugging and if we allow this body to heal, it's gonna heal. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, any reaction, thank you again for tonight, and I'm looking forward for next live in 2 weeks. Have a beautiful evening, and that's it from me. Bye bye.